Hi, and happy Thrifty Thursday, Thrifted Treasures Day. It's Carol from Crinkled Path Journals, and boy, do I have a haul for you today. My daughter and I went into town while we were on vacation to the little town about half an hour from our campground to get groceries, and she and I have a habit of thrifting together along with my new granddaughter as a means of getting out, looking around. I hunt for junk journaling supplies. She looks for baby items and children's clothes. And here we are in this little tiny town of Chester, California, and they had two thrift stores, so we checked them out. I don't think a junk journaler had been in either of those stores for many years. I highly recommend the Hospice thrift store if you are in Chester. It was amazingly clean. The ladies who worked there were wonderful, and the day we went, they had craft items on sale. So I hope you'll stick around to see lots of books and fabrics and linens and sewing notions. It was really a fun day. Yeah, so we came back from vacation and I had to really go work in my garden quite a bit because things had gotten pretty overgrown. So sorry if my hands are not looking the best, but I have some fun things to keep your attention so that you don't have to look at my hands. I was so amazed at the books. My only disappointment was that their vintage books were all tied shut with twine, and so there was no way to look inside of them. And I just didn't want to take the time to untie all the twine and then retie it, or get somebody from the shop to help us because they were having a pretty busy day. So I didn't pick up any vintage books as far as readers or chapter books or anything super vintage, but I did get some retro things from the 70s, including this little Valentine book. This one's from 1988. But the images in it look like they are from the 20s. I thought they were really cute, and the fact that they're heart-shaped. And from different cultures, too, which is fun. Isn't that cute? I'm going to put these stacks on the floor, and then I can just take one book at a time up. So first I found some nature books. I have Birds of Britain and Europe, and I love the illustrations in these books. They're full page. It is semi-glossy, and there is a lot of pictures in here. Partridge. So that one was really packed. Then we had Birds of Mexico and Central America, and these had fewer pictures. They're all kind of in one place when I get to there. Here we go. Right in the middle. I just love these for journaling cards. Look at the parrots. Aren't they cute? Doves. I love them. Yeah, so these just have pictures in maybe the middle third. This one is Australian birds. And I think this was similar, where all the pictures weren't kind of in one place. Let me get to there. I think they were in the back, yeah. And these are matte pages, so they're absolutely gorgeous. And I love that they're annotated by the previous owner. she put the dates, or he put the dates, I don't know, of when the birds were spotted. And I think that's really fun. But these map pages are absolutely gorgeous. More parrots. Anyway, those were really fun bird books. Then I got some plants and landscaping books. I loved the cover on this one. It's from Sunset Magazine, and it is 1962, originally 1956. And the images in this one are black and white, but I still loved the graphics. I mean, look at the mid-century modern chair. There's yard plans, patio plans. It was these drawings that really drew me in. But then look at the pictures of the families. Very iconic 50s, dressed up in their casual backyard. Greenhouses. Oh, and look, here's the receipt from when they bought it. July 1962, $2. I love that. Garden roofs. Yeah, I liked that one a lot. And then I had just given this book to Sarah. And so when I saw another one, I was like, oh, okay. I was supposed to have it, I guess. Oh, and it has a couple extra little flyers in it. 10 Happy Houseplants flyer. Don't see a year on that. Guide for Interior Plants, 1973. And then, let's see, this has photographs, but it definitely has that 60s, 70s vibe. It was published in 1971. And the pages are, again, kind of that semi-gloss and a lot of color images. And so I thought this was really fun too. Look at the colors in that. Did you see it? All the Christmas decorations, and they actually wrapped a cyclamen. My mom loved those. I love the greenhouses. Atriums off of different rooms. They would have like a sliding door and then have all the plants in that you could view from your tub or something. I know my sister-in-law's parents had an atrium off their master bathroom, and they lived in a mid-century modern 50s house in Southern California. This is The World of Houseplants and Flower Arranging. And because it had the flower arranging in the title, they gave me the craft discount. All the craft items were on sale that day in the store. This is 1975, and these are, again, a bit semi-gloss. There are illustrations and photos in this one. There's more cyclamen. It was a popular plant in the 70s. Bulbs. Terrariums. Look at the drawings. I love those. There's just something about the colorization of the pictures, like just the colors they chose in the photos and how it's lit that just says 70s to me. Oh yes, all the goldenrod. Very 70s. And then these are drawn illustrations. Aren't those gorgeous? And the end papers are fun too, all the daffodils. Then I got some DIY books. Sunset again. This is from the 80s. See her holding the Care Bear. 1988. Originally, third printing, 1991, but originally printed in 1960, reprinted in 70, 80, and 88. And I'm guessing they did some updating because this looks very 80s to me. This looks just like the colors in my nephew's bedroom in 1985. And look, Teddy Ruxpin and My Buddy, is that what his name was? I can't remember exactly. It's Papa Smurf, a Cabbage Patch doll, the Childcraft books. Let me hold this up closer. And the Dr. Seuss Ready to Read library. I don't see golden books. Oh, and the little robot guy, what was his name? Casey, the robot. Just the memories, right? And here's the nursery, very frilly. And then there's drawn illustrations. DIY double bunk beds and play spaces. So fun. Desk under a bunk. Oh, look, she looks like she's bunked in Tootsie Rolls. Trundle beds and bunk beds. This is really fun. Oh, look at all their artwork on the wall. And the nursery with the wallpaper. Oh, see, I would have totally gone for something like this in 1980. And then outdoor play spaces. Let's see. Sandboxes, a ship, slip and slides, climbing structures. Yeah, I always want to hang on to these books and store them up for when my grandbaby gets a little older. My husband's very handy, and I can just see him building something fun for the kids. And he already built a playhouse like that. It has a loft in it. Okay, next we have Sunset Ideas for Planning Your New Home. This is 1967 originally and reprinted in 1971. This makes me think of the Brady Bunch house for some reason. Again, black and white illustrations, but I love the era. Like, look at these ladies' hairdos. The open floor plan started to become a thing. These glass open bright spaces. Yeah, it's really fun to look through these. Oh, look at this is a central adobe patio where the house wraps around the patio. My husband always wanted a house like that. Okay. And then this one is a collection of do-it-yourself home improvement history from the 20th century. So it is a modern book. Let me see the date on this one. Printed in 1998, but see how this old advertising was used to do the title page? There is vintage advertising all through this book because it gives the history of people becoming do-it-yourselfers. And so see, it has all the vintage ads in it. Paint your own house. Put in linoleum. We have been DIYers. My husband and I bought our first house in 1992, a year after we got married. We were 20-something years old, barely past 20. And we bought a fixer-upper, and we fixed that thing up from top to bottom. And then we had a baby and moved away. And because we wanted to be closer to our parents. So the spirit of DIYing has been in our blood. And we have currently remodeled the house we're living in, which is a tiny home. And we live on a couple acres. Oh, look at the stone, faux stone that they're using both on the wall and on the furniture. And the only area we have not remodeled in this house is the back patio and the laundry room. And so that is on the next project list. We do a lot of outdoor living. When you have a small house, you do a lot of outdoor living. Aren't these fun? I hope you can see. 1995, we're encouraging women to get in there with the power tools and not just leave it to the men. The beauty of recycling. Us junk journalers, we know that. We know about the beauty of recycling. The cover on this one is so fun too. Look at them all doing all their little projects. All of those weekend warriors working on their houses. Then I got some home plan books, and I've seen these before. I don't know that I've ever bought any, but see how they have the floor plans? I love the architectural drawings, and I know Meg from Chasing Retro loves architectural drawings as well. But I loved doing floor plans, scale drawings when I was a kid on graph paper, and I always kind of dreamed of building our own house. And it was fully our intention when we moved to the country and moved to this tiny home to build a home. And then we had kind of the skyrocketed housing and building prices in the late 90s and early 2000s. And there was just no way, no how, because of our county and all the fees that they still very unreasonable about anything being built here. So we made the best of our tiny home and raised two daughters here, and we're very cozy, and now it's the perfect size for my husband and I. This is the second home plans book, and I loved this one because even though it's the newest book, it has all these funky colors. Pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, light blue. I thought this was really fun. Anyway, I think these will make excellent pages in a memory keeping journal. Then I got these. It was funny. This store was not the hospice thrift. This was Another Man's Treasure. And they had a box of books out in front, and they were buy one, get two free. And when I brought one book to the register, the young girl who was working the counter, she said, "You absolutely must go back and get two more books. I can't just sell you one." Okay. So somebody, I wish I could remember who it was. Sorry. If it was you, please comment below. But somebody sent me Reminisce magazines in Happy Mail. And these are the annual Reminisce magazine books. And this one is From Flappers to Flivers. When the banks closed, we opened our hearts, and School Days. And these are Reminisce books. And let's look at the dates on these. This was published in 2000. Then this whole first book is all about schools and teachers. And I just love the images. Even though they're glossy pages, I still just love all the old pictures, and there are a little bit of advertising illustrations in here, some comics, but all kinds of things to trigger some good memories. Look at the ad for the saddle shoes. My mom wore saddle shoes. Oh, and look at her skirt. People signed her skirt. It's 50s day. The old school pictures. Oh, so cute. And then this one is about the Great Depression. If you want me to flip through any of these more completely, you can comment below. I'm happy to do that, but I don't want this video to be an hour long, so I'm just flipping through quickly here. Oh, look at these cuties. Coming down the stairs for Christmas. And then Flappers to Flivers. This was originally published in 1995. Oh, ooh. Sitting around the radio. And look at this ad for the radio. My dad always talked about listening to his radio shows. Isn't that gorgeous? Silent movies. Circus. Transportation. Lasting memories in the 20s. Is that a beach? Oh yeah, Coney Island. They look like ants. Oh, look at all the advertising. Yeah, I think those are really fun. Even if they're just red and I don't even pull them apart for junk journals. Then I got some sewing books and I got the craft discount on these. I got this sweaters for the family patterns. I love that image on the cover. Isn't that so sweet? And then there's another family on the back. And then it's the sweater patterns inside. And then we have the McCall's Step-by-Step Sewing 1969. I love this image on the cover. My mom would have totally worn that dress, and she would have worn a wig. I love the little illustrations in this one. And then the step-by-step guide to cutting patterns, sewing, knowing your fabrics, and your notions. Oh, isn't that cool? See, where was this when I was working on my definitions for my domestic arts journal? They would have done the work for me. Let's see, I guess those are all pictures of fabric, so not people, but that's still pretty cool. And then how to do all the finishing. And look at her with her rollers in her hair. Thread advertisement. Then we get Nifty 50 quilts. And I remember my aunt making a pillow like this, crazy quilt. And I love the color in this too. Hexagons. Modern and bold. Dramatic appeal. Patches. Shells. Blocks. I just love the colors. Every page, so fun. And then, oh, here's the clown quilt. I love the cover. Oh, and this is not a sewing book, but it was in here with it was a flower making, crepe paper making book. I know I got some of these from my estate sale where I got all my Japanese books. So I will add this to that collection too. But here's the pattern to cut crepe paper, and then you would glue them together. And if you saw my shorts that I posted a couple weeks ago, where I did my first I Spy Would You Buy shorts video, where you have to find a few items, I would list more items if the shorts would allow you to put more content in the title, because a lot of people don't know how to go to the description box below on a shorts. It's a little more tedious to get to it than with a regular YouTube video. I don't know if you've seen those. I've been posting one a week, but they're just fun little box hauls. All that to say, my very first box had a bunch of crepe paper leaf bags in it from this exact craft. hard to believe those are all crepe paper flowers. And look at the Denison crepe paper ad on the back. Then I got this big McCall's sewing book. This is the second one I have gotten of these. And they have really bright colors in them too. And a lot of illustrations. 1963. I'll flip through quickly. There are some model drawings in the front, but most of these, most of the drawings in here are, again, sewing tips and patterns. This one has a few more ladies in it than the other one. But I still love how they incorporated the color to show front and back of fabric. Then I got this wool book. This one is from 1977. And the colors just scream 70s to me, as well as the illustrations. I love the chicken. Such cool 70s decor for sure. My mom did a lot of macrame. I learned nail art in our scouting group as one of our crafts. It's a basket mask. Oh my goodness. If you ran into those kids in your neighborhood, I think I'd be terrified. Patterns to trace. I love it. Then I got a couple needlework books. This is the Good Housekeeping 1959. It's like, oh, and there's piece of the cover stuck in there. Tuck it here. Didn't have the cover on it. Oh, there's more pieces. Travel Brights. Oh, I love it when things like this end up in books. Patterns and stitch. This is for smocking, I believe. Oh, look. Here's some little patterns. Cut one brown little cat paws. Large cat paws. More smocking. Like the wheat. Oh, look at the cute little girls. Bedspreads. Carpets. Cable knits. Oh, isn't that cute? Love the 50s images in here. These are very nice matte pages. Little aging around the edge. Perfect, perfect for junk journaling. Oh, she looks fabulous. Look at this little girl stitching and watching TV. Yeah, so that one was a treasure, even though it doesn't look very assuming when you first pick it up. Then I got McCall's Needlework Treasury. This one was the Good Housekeeping Needlecraft. An inscription from 1972. Oh, United States Senate. Some random mail in there. Originally copyright 1950. This is the 1964 copy. And it's got different stitch patterns, how to knit, how to make tufted rugs, needlepoint rugs. Oh, I love this. quilting, patchwork, applique, how to do different stitches, embroidery stitches. There's a pretty bird on there. Let's go to the back because I started about halfway. Upholstery fabric, braiding and knotting. So some laces, some toys, weaving looms, tatting. I just need to read some of this in all my spare time, haha, and learn a little bit more about the different types. You know who knows all the types of the crochet and everything is Dolores J. Rush. When I find things in my hauls, she can usually tell me what it is. A great resource. Okay, I think I made it all the way through there. Let's see if the cover's anything amazing. Oh, it's the same as the dust jacket. That's cool. Okay, the last books are a quince golden book. Oh, and this has something in it too. A pressed leaf. Oh, look at the color on that. Very cool. I think I'm going to take that out, but I need to put it somewhere safe. This is 1990. I don't know, they kind of remind me of the Flintstones Pebbles doll, or Bam Bam and Pebbles. 5 identical babies. I had not seen this golden book before. And then Richard Scarry, My Nursery Tale book. Richard Scarry is by far a favorite. It's missing the first page, so I will be able to use this one. I love these big images. My grandbaby is loving, she's 3 months old and she's looking at pictures and she always gravitates to whatever's yellow. So we keep saying, well, she's picked a favorite color already. She wants to look at the baby chicks. She wants to look at the baby ducks. Anything yellow. So she will like this book, even though it's, oh, maybe this is the front of the book? Pages aren't numbered, so I'm not sure. But Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic a couple months ago had done a swap with me, and one of the books she gave me was a canvas baby farm animals book that's about this size. It's big, and my granddaughter loves that book. She will stare at it for half an hour with me. Oh, elephant. Yeah, those are fun. Love some Richard Scarry illustrations. Okay, well, I'm at 45 minutes right now, and I know I will edit it down just a smidge, but I think I'm going to have to call it and do a part 2 for next week, because I still have a whole bunch of linens and sewing notions and things to show you. So thank you for coming along today for my book haul, and I'll see you next Thursday with the rest of the story from my vacation thrift store hauls. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.